100 Real Mindset Shifts for Actual Weight Loss. Welcome to Love Luxe Amore, where we talk about self-development and fulfilling our dreams. I'm so glad you're here today because we're diving into a topic that's not just about losing weight, it's about transforming your life from the inside out. This is the kind of content that fills in the gaps left by so many other weight loss resources you may have come across. Let me explain. If you've ever Googled how to lose weight or scrolled through YouTube for tips, you've probably seen countless videos and articles. Most of them are full of broad, generic advice like eat healthy or exercise regularly. And sure, those things matter. But what does healthy mean? What does regular exercise look like for you? These statements are vague, open-ended, and don't take into account the real decisions, self-management, and mindset work that need to happen for actual progress. They're like giving someone a map without teaching them how to read it. It might get you started, but it doesn't guide you to your destination. The truth is, weight loss is more than just choosing salad over fries or hitting the gym a few times a week. It's about understanding the patterns in your life that hold you back, addressing emotional triggers, and making intentional decisions that align with your goals. And that's the part most resources don't talk about, the how. How do you reframe your mindset? How do you shift your habits? How do you manage the ups and downs of this journey without giving up? That's exactly what we're here to talk about today. In this video, we'll explore 100 mindset shifts for actual weight loss, a comprehensive, practical guide to the mental and emotional changes that make progress possible. These are the tools you need to navigate the decisions, self-management, and daily actions that lead to sustainable weight loss, not just in the short term, but for life. And while we're talking about tools, let me tell you about what's waiting for you at loveluxamore.com. This isn't just a website, it's a hub for personal transformation. Whether you're struggling to visualize your goals, break through limiting beliefs, or stay consistent, I've created resources that are tailored to support your journey. From vision board analysis to help you create a clear, actionable roadmap, to custom affirmations designed to rewire your inner dialogue, to goal-setting strategies that meet you where you are, these tools are all about turning intentions into results. Before we jump in, I also want to take a moment to say that this video is for inspiration and education, not professional advice. I'm not a dietitian or licensed expert, so if you're struggling with an eating disorder or need medical support, please seek out a qualified professional who can provide the help you need. Your well-being is what matters most, and it's okay to step away if this content isn't what you need right now. Now, if you're ready to take control of your journey and explore what it really takes to succeed, make sure to like this video, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button. Your engagement not only helps grow our community but also brings you closer to a space where you can find ongoing support, inspiration, and actionable tools for transformation. This isn't just about losing weight, it's about building a stronger, healthier relationship with yourself. It's about mastering the decisions, self-management, and habits that bring your vision to life. Now, let's begin. 100 Mindset Shifts for Weight Loss. 1. Stop eating when you're no longer hungry. Pay attention to your body's hunger cues and stop eating when you feel satisfied, not stuffed. Eating until full can make you feel sluggish and overconsume calories. Practice portion control to avoid the temptation of clearing your plate. This habit may feel odd at first but becomes easier with time. Example, Jessica noticed she would keep eating her pasta even after feeling satisfied, so she started serving smaller portions and saving leftovers for the next meal. 2. Hunger is not an emergency, you can wait to eat. Feeling hungry isn't a reason to panic, it's your body's natural signal. Drinking water, sipping on some tea, or distracting yourself can help determine if it's true hunger or boredom. With time, you'll learn your body's rhythms and hunger cycles. Example, Marcus used to grab a candy bar every time he felt a little hungry but began waiting 15 minutes and drinking water to see if he was truly hungry. 3. Being too busy is just an excuse. Plan ahead. Life is busy, but your health deserves priority. Meal prep on weekends or pack healthy snacks the night before to avoid poor food choices. Schedule time for exercise just like you would any other appointment. Even small steps, like packing a lunch, make a big difference. Example, Sophia used to grab fast food during her busy shifts but started packing protein-rich salads and snacks the night before work. 4. Meal planning isn't a luxury, it's essential. Planning meals saves time, money, and unnecessary calories. When you know what you'll eat, you're less likely to grab unhealthy options on the go. Batch cooking or pre-portioning snacks can help keep you on track. Aim for balanced meals with protein, vegetables, and healthy fats. Example, Daniel spends Sundays prepping grilled chicken, rice, and vegetables for his workweek to avoid hitting the vending machine. 5. Drinking water first can solve fake hunger. Sometimes thirst is mistaken for hunger, leading to unnecessary snacking. Start with a glass of water when you feel hungry to see if it subsides. Staying hydrated throughout the day can curb false hunger signals. Carry a reusable water bottle with you for easy access. Example, Emma often mistook thirst for hunger but now drinks water before every meal and finds herself snacking less often. 6. Overeating doesn't fix stress, it adds guilt. Stress eating provides temporary relief, but often leads to guilt afterward. Instead of turning to food, try managing stress with a walk, deep breathing, or journaling. Remember that food doesn't solve the root cause of stress. Overeating also impacts energy levels and productivity, creating a cycle of discomfort. Example, when Maya felt overwhelmed at work, she used to reach for chips but started practicing 3 minutes of deep breathing to calm herself instead. 7. Eating less doesn't mean starving, it means mindful portions. Eating in smaller portions doesn't mean deprivation, it means eating what you need. Focus on nutrient-dense foods that satisfy hunger while supporting health goals. Practice mindfulness by chewing slowly and savoring flavors. Pay attention to how your body feels after eating lighter meals. Example, David replaced his habit of eating large portions with smaller plates, realizing he felt just as satisfied but avoided overeating. 8. You won't ruin everything with one bad meal, it's the pattern that matters. One indulgent meal doesn't undo your progress, what matters is consistency. Guilt over a single meal often leads to all-or-nothing thinking, which can derail progress. Instead of spiraling, return to healthy habits at your next meal. It's the overall pattern that determines success, not perfection. Example, Clara overindulged at her best friend's birthday but reminded herself it was just one meal and went back to her regular routine the next day. 9. Stop romanticizing junk food, it doesn't love you back. Junk food may feel comforting, but it often leads to low energy and regret. Focus on how it makes you feel afterward rather than in the moment. Replace romanticized thoughts about unhealthy foods with healthier, satisfying alternatives. Over time, your taste buds and mindset will shift. Example, Ethan used to crave fast food every weekend but started making homemade turkey burgers and realized they tasted even better. 10. Skipping meals sets you up for overeating later. Skipping meals disrupts hunger signals, often causing binging later in the day. Prioritize regular meals to maintain stable energy levels and avoid overeating at night. Skipping meals can also slow your metabolism over time. Aim for balanced meals to keep your body fueled. Example, Zoe would skip breakfast and binge at dinner, but after adding a protein-packed smoothie in the morning, she found her cravings subsided throughout the day. 11. Full isn't better than satisfied, learn the difference. Being full often means you've eaten more than necessary. Aim for the feeling of satisfaction, where hunger is gone but you're not uncomfortable. Slowing down while eating helps you notice when you reach this point. Learning this balance takes practice but is key to long-term success. Example, Aaron started pausing halfway through meals to ask himself if he was satisfied, helping him eat more mindfully. 12. Sleep affects hunger hormones. Skimping on it makes weight loss harder. Sleep deprivation increases hunger hormones like ghrelin, making you feel hungrier. It also reduces leptin, the hormone that signals fullness. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep to support your weight loss goals. Better sleep improves decision-making and reduces cravings. Example, Lily noticed she snacked on sugary foods more after late nights, so she began setting a consistent bedtime to help curb cravings. 13. Celebrate small wins, they're the stepping stones. Small victories, like choosing a healthy snack or walking after dinner, add up over time. Acknowledge these moments to build confidence and momentum. Focusing only on long-term goals can feel overwhelming, so break them into manageable milestones. Progress, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. Example, Alex celebrated losing his first 5 pounds by buying new workout gear to keep himself motivated. 14. You can't out-exercise poor eating habits. Exercise is an essential part of health, but it can't compensate for a consistently poor diet. Weight loss primarily comes from a calorie deficit, which is harder to achieve through exercise alone. Instead, view exercise as a tool for strength, energy, and mental health. Combine physical activity with mindful eating for the best results. Example, Chris used to overeat, thinking his gym sessions made up for it, but when he cleaned up his diet, he saw faster progress. 15. Emotional eating is a habit, not a need. Emotional eating often stems from seeking comfort or distraction. While food may temporarily soothe emotions, it doesn't address the underlying issues. Practice identifying triggers and finding healthier coping mechanisms, like journaling or calling a friend. Replacing emotional eating takes time but is empowering. Example, Rachel realized she ate ice cream whenever she felt lonely and replaced it with a habit of going for a walk to clear her mind. 16. Your body craves consistency, not perfection. Weight loss isn't about being perfect every day, it's about showing up consistently. Establish regular eating and exercise habits that you can sustain long-term. Focus on balance rather than extreme measures, as consistency drives results. Your body thrives on routine and appreciates the effort you put in. Example, after trying crash diets, Josh committed to eating balanced meals daily and found it easier to maintain progress without burnout. 17. Snacking out of boredom? Drink water and move instead. Boredom often triggers unnecessary snacking, even when you're not hungry. Start by drinking water to see if it's thirst rather than hunger. Engaging in a small activity, like a walk or organizing something, can distract you from the urge. Find ways to occupy your mind that don't involve food. Example, Mia used to snack while watching TV but replaced it with sipping herbal tea and knitting to keep her hands busy. 18. You don't have to clean your plate, food waste isn't solved by overeating. Eating beyond your needs doesn't help reduce waste, it only puts stress on your body. Save leftovers for another meal or freeze them for later. Start with smaller portions to avoid feeling pressured to finish everything on your plate. Remind yourself that it's better for food to go to waste than for you to feel discomfort. Example, Julia started packing her unfinished pasta for lunch the next day instead of forcing herself to finish it all at dinner. 19. Sugar crashes are real, balance your meals. Eating sugary snacks can cause quick energy spikes followed by fatigue and hunger. Balancing your meals with protein, healthy fats, and fiber helps stabilize blood sugar levels. Avoid relying on sugar to get through your day, choose slow-burning energy sources instead. Experiment with healthier snack options to stay satisfied longer. Example, Ben swapped his mid-morning muffin for a handful of nuts and a piece of fruit, noticing he felt more energetic and focused. 20. Protein keeps you full longer, don't skip it. Protein is essential for satiety and muscle maintenance during weight loss. Include a source of protein in every meal, like eggs, chicken, beans, or tofu. It helps reduce cravings and keeps you feeling fuller for longer periods. Without enough protein, you may feel hungrier and lose muscle along with fat. Example, Anna added Greek yogurt to her breakfast and found that she no longer felt the need to snack before lunch. 21. Every bite counts, be present while eating. Mindless eating leads to overconsumption and less satisfaction from food. Slow down, chew thoroughly, and focus on the flavors and textures of your meals. Eating with intention helps you recognize when you're full and enjoy your food more. Turn off distractions like TV or your phone to improve awareness. Example, Marcus started sitting at the table for meals instead of eating chips in front of the TV, helping him enjoy his meals and eat less. 22. Don't skip indulgences, just portion them wisely. Depriving yourself of foods you love can lead to binging later. Instead of cutting out carbs or treats, enjoy them in moderation and savor every bite. This balanced approach prevents feelings of restriction and helps you stay consistent. Allow room for indulgences in your plan without letting them derail you. Example, Laura loved chocolate, so she started keeping small, pre-portioned dark chocolate squares on hand for a guilt-free treat after dinner. 23. You don't have to feel deprived to lose weight. Weight loss isn't about eating bland, boring meals, it's about making healthier swaps and finding what works for you. Experiment with flavors and seasonings to create satisfying, nutritious meals. Incorporate foods you love in moderation rather than cutting them out completely. Balance is the key to long-term success without feeling deprived. Example, Sarah replaced her usual creamy pasta with a lighter version made with zucchini noodles and found it just as enjoyable. 24. Your hunger levels vary daily, listen to them. Your body doesn't need the same amount of food every day, so tune into your hunger signals. On more active days, you may need more food, while on quieter days, you might need less. Avoid eating out of habit or by the clock alone, eat when your body truly needs it. Trusting and responding to hunger signals helps you maintain balance and avoid overeating. Example, Ryan used to eat 3 large meals daily regardless of hunger, but now he adjusts based on his activity level and appetite. 25. Don't compare your journey to others. Everyone's body, metabolism, and circumstances are different, so comparisons are unfair and unproductive. Focus on your own progress, no matter how slow or different it feels from someone else's. Celebrate your unique victories and remember that your journey is yours alone. Comparing yourself to others often leads to frustration or self-doubt. Example, Sarah reminded herself that her coworker's faster weight loss didn't invalidate her own steady progress over time. 26. Saying no isn't rude, it's self-care. Turning down food or drinks doesn't mean you're being impolite, it means you're prioritizing your goals. Practice politely declining food that doesn't align with your needs. Use phrases like no, thank you, or I'm full to assert your boundaries without feeling guilty. Others may not understand, but remember that your choices are for your health, not theirs. Example, Emily learned to decline her coworker's daily offer of donuts, explaining she was focusing on healthier snacks. 27. You don't need a perfect week to see progress. Progress doesn't require perfection, it requires consistency. One slip-up or indulgence won't ruin your efforts if you maintain healthy habits most of the time. Learn to move past less-than-perfect choices without derailing your entire week. Focus on the long-term trend rather than short-term hiccups. Example, after an unplanned pizza night, Alex returned to his regular meal prep the next day instead of giving up on his goals. 28. Fast food is a convenience, not a habit. Fast food can fit into a healthy lifestyle when enjoyed occasionally, not as a regular habit. Plan ahead to reduce the need for quick, unhealthy meals. If you do eat fast food, choose options that align with your goals, like grilled proteins and smaller portions. It's about making it work within your overall plan, not relying on it. Example: Jake started keeping prepped meals in the fridge, cutting down on his fast food runs during busy workdays. 29. Exercise is self-care, not punishment. Shift your mindset from viewing exercise as a way to burn off calories to a celebration of what your body can do. Exercise improves energy, mood, and overall well-being, not just weight loss. Find activities you enjoy so it feels rewarding rather than punishing. This perspective helps you build a consistent and positive relationship with movement. Example: Tara stopped forcing herself to run and instead started dancing, which she loved and found sustainable. 30. Overeating is never solved by shame. Feeling guilty about overeating often leads to a cycle of restriction and binging. Approach slip-ups with curiosity rather than judgment, ask why it happened and how you can plan better next time. Remember that overeating occasionally is human and doesn't define your journey. Be kind to yourself and refocus on your goals. Example: After overeating at a family dinner, Mark reminded himself it was one night and went for a walk to clear his head. 31. Celebrate how you feel, not just the scale. Weight loss is about more than numbers on a scale, it's about feeling stronger, healthier, and more energetic. Pay attention to non-scale victories, like improved mood, better sleep, or fitting into old clothes. Acknowledge and celebrate these milestones to stay motivated. Focusing solely on the scale can be discouraging, as it doesn't reflect your full progress. Example: Lisa didn't see a drop on the scale for weeks but noticed her stamina improving during hikes, which kept her motivated. 32. Understand that your period affects your hunger and cravings. Hormonal changes during your cycle can increase appetite and cravings, especially for sweets and carbs. Acknowledge this as normal and plan for it by incorporating satisfying, balanced meals that include protein and fiber. Allow yourself small indulgences without guilt to prevent overindulging later. Recognizing these fluctuations helps you stay mindful and compassionate with yourself. Example: During her period, Amanda prepped oatmeal with dark chocolate chips to satisfy her sweet cravings in a healthy way. 33. Eating slower helps you notice when you're full. Rushing through meals prevents your body from registering fullness, leading to overeating. Slow down by putting your fork down between bites and chewing thoroughly. This gives your brain time to catch up with your stomach. Mindful eating helps you enjoy your food more and eat just the right amount. Example: Sophie timed herself to take at least 20 minutes for dinner, noticing she felt full with smaller portions. 34. Don't stress over period-related weight fluctuations. It's normal for your weight to increase by a few pounds during your period due to water retention and hormonal changes. Understand that this is temporary and doesn't reflect fat gain. Avoid weighing yourself during this time to prevent unnecessary stress. Focus on how you feel rather than the scale. Example: When Mia saw her weight increase by 3 pounds during her period, she reminded herself it was water weight and stayed consistent with her habits. 35. Your cravings are a suggestion, not a command. Cravings often feel powerful but are temporary and pass quickly. Distract yourself by drinking water, moving around, or focusing on a task. Cravings can also signal nutrient deficiencies, so make sure your meals are balanced. Recognizing cravings as a mental suggestion rather than a physical need helps you regain control. Example: When Emma craved chips, she drank a glass of water and went for a quick walk, finding the urge disappeared. 36. Learn to love leftovers, they save time and calories. Leftovers aren't boring, they're a way to stay consistent without extra effort. Repurpose leftover proteins or veggies into new meals to avoid monotony. Having pre-cooked food ready helps you avoid the temptation of ordering takeout. Embrace leftovers as part of your meal planning strategy. Example, Sarah used leftover roasted chicken from dinner to make a hearty salad for lunch the next day. 37. Cooking at home gives you control. When you cook at home, you control ingredients, portion sizes, and cooking methods, making it easier to stick to your goals. Restaurant meals often include hidden calories from added oils, butter, and sauces. Cooking doesn't need to be elaborate, even simple meals give you the advantage. Experiment with flavors and find meals you enjoy making. Example, Jake started making stir-fry dishes at home instead of ordering takeout, cutting calories and saving money. 38. It's okay to leave some food uneaten. Eating until satisfied means you don't always finish everything on your plate, and that's okay. Learn to stop eating once you're no longer hungry, even if there's food left. Save leftovers for another time or adjust portion sizes for future meals. Trust your body's signals over social pressures to clean your plate. Example, Anna started saving half her dinner for lunch the next day instead of forcing herself to finish it all. 39. Your body can adapt, stop fearing hunger. Feeling hungry is normal and doesn't always require immediate action. Hunger is your body's natural signal, not an emergency. Over time, your body will adapt to new eating patterns and hunger cycles. Trust that slight discomfort doesn't mean you're harming yourself, it's part of the process. Example, after adopting a more structured eating schedule, David learned that hunger between meals was manageable and stopped snacking unnecessarily. 40. A bad mood doesn't justify overeating. Emotions like stress, anger, or sadness often trigger cravings, but food won't fix them. Instead of turning to food, try healthier coping mechanisms like journaling, meditating, or talking to someone you trust. Recognize when you're eating emotionally and find alternatives to address the underlying feelings. Breaking this habit takes time but pays off in emotional clarity and progress. Example, when Nina had a rough day at work, she opted for a relaxing bath instead of diving into a bag of chips. 41. Keep trigger foods out of the house. If certain foods lead to overeating, it's easier to avoid them altogether by keeping them out of reach. Out of sight often means out of mind, reducing temptation. Replace these foods with healthier, pre-portioned options to support your goals. Setting up your environment for success makes healthier choices the default. Example, Mark stopped buying family-sized bags of chips and instead stocked up on single-serving packs of nuts. 42. Eat for energy, not just pleasure. Focus on how food makes you feel after eating it rather than just the immediate taste. Foods that provide lasting energy and nourishment leave you feeling better throughout the day. Prioritize balanced meals over indulgent, high-sugar options that lead to crashes. While enjoying food is important, it's not the only reason to eat. Example, Laura switched from sugary breakfast pastries to oatmeal with fruit and felt energized until lunch. 43. Social events are about people, not food. When attending social gatherings, focus on the people and connections rather than what's on the table. Eat beforehand if you're worried about unhealthy options or bring something you can enjoy. Avoid grazing mindlessly by sticking to one plate of food and stepping away from the buffet. Remind yourself that the event is about relationships, not indulging in every dish. Example, at a barbecue, Maria filled her plate with a balanced meal and then spent the rest of the evening mingling rather than snacking. 44. Recognize that your energy levels may dip. Energy levels can fluctuate depending on a multitude of factors, such as stress, sleep, or daily demands, making workouts feel more challenging at times. Honor your body's needs by adjusting your routine, swap high-intensity workouts for lighter activities like yoga, stretching, or walking if needed. Gentle movement can still improve your mood, support recovery, and keep you on track. Listen to your body and allow flexibility in your plan during lower energy days. Example, instead of her usual strength training, Sarah opted for a 20-minute yoga session to stretch and relax after a long day at work. 45. Avoid eating in front of screens, it numbs awareness. Eating while watching TV or scrolling on your phone disconnects you from your body's signals. You're more likely to overeat when distracted, as you miss cues of fullness. Make meals a screen-free experience, focusing on the flavors and textures of your food. This small habit can prevent mindless eating and improve your satisfaction. Example, Sarah started turning off her TV during dinner, finding she ate slower and felt more satisfied with smaller portions. 46. Cravings pass faster than you think, distract yourself. Most cravings last only a few minutes, so find a distraction to ride them out. Engage in a quick activity like tidying up, walking, or drinking a glass of water. By the time you finish, the craving may have subsided, and you'll feel in control. Recognizing cravings as temporary helps you avoid impulsive eating. Example, when Tom craved cookies in the afternoon, he went for a 10-minute walk and found the craving had passed when he returned. 47. Practice saying "I'm full" out loud. Verbally affirming that you're full reinforces your decision to stop eating. It helps set a boundary for yourself and others who might encourage you to eat more. Saying it aloud can feel empowering and solidify the habit of listening to your body. Practice this in social situations to avoid overeating due to pressure. Example, at a family dinner, Lily told her aunt, "I'm full, but thank you," when offered seconds, sticking to her plan without guilt. 48. Stop rewarding yourself with food, find other joys. Food shouldn't be your go-to reward for achievements. Treat yourself with experiences, like a new book, a manicure, or a relaxing evening instead. Associating success with non-food rewards helps build healthier habits. Celebrate your progress in ways that align with your goals. Example, after hitting her workout streak for a month, Jenna bought herself new leggings instead of indulging in a box of cupcakes. 49. Meal prepping saves you from bad decisions later. Preparing meals in advance removes the guesswork and temptation of making unhealthy choices when you're tired. Batch cooking and portioning meals for the week ensures you always have something healthy on hand. This habit simplifies your routine and keeps you consistent. Even prepping snacks like veggies or boiled eggs can make a big difference. Example, James prepped grilled chicken and rice bowls on Sunday, avoiding the drive-thru after late work nights. 50. Your kids are watching, model healthy habits. Children learn eating behaviors from their parents, so set a positive example. Show them the importance of balanced meals, portion control, and enjoying treats in moderation. By modeling a healthy relationship with food, you help them build lifelong habits. Involve them in meal prep to make healthy choices fun and engaging. Example, Karen involved her 4-year-old in preparing veggie snacks, showing him that healthy food can be tasty and fun. 51. Eating mindfully doesn't mean eating perfectly. Mindful eating is about being aware of your food choices and their impact, not striving for perfection. It's okay to enjoy indulgent meals as long as you're intentional and savor them. Focus on progress, not flawless execution. The goal is balance, not rigidity. Example, after indulging in a pizza night, Peter returned to his regular healthy meals the next day without guilt. 52. You don't have to finish your kids' leftovers. It's easy to fall into the habit of finishing your child's plate to avoid waste, but this adds unnecessary calories. Save their leftovers or toss them instead, it's okay to let food go. Focus on your portions rather than cleaning up after meals. This small boundary makes a big difference over time. Example, Emily stopped eating her toddler's leftover mac and cheese and instead stored it for a snack later. 53. Get into the habit of batch cooking. Batch cooking saves time, energy, and stress by preparing multiple meals at once. Freeze or refrigerate portions to have healthy options ready during busy days. This strategy helps avoid impulsive choices when life gets hectic. Focus on versatile ingredients like grilled chicken, roasted veggies, or quinoa. Example, Adam made a large pot of chili and portioned it into containers for quick lunches throughout the week. 54. Realize hunger builds gradually, don't panic. Hunger doesn't appear suddenly, it builds over time, giving you space to plan. Recognizing this helps you avoid impulsive eating or overreacting to hunger. Use the early signs of hunger to prepare a balanced meal rather than grabbing the nearest snack. Stay calm and remember hunger is manageable. Example, Mia used to panic when she felt hungry but started carrying a protein bar in her bag for emergencies. 55. Balance every meal with protein and fiber and fat. A balanced meal keeps you full longer and stabilizes blood sugar levels. Aim to include a lean protein, a source of fiber, like vegetables or whole grains, and healthy fats. This combination fuels your body and prevents cravings later. Adjust portions based on your activity level. Example, Claire started adding avocado to her turkey sandwich, and it kept her satisfied until dinner. 56. Don't let social pressure derail your progress. Friends or family may unintentionally encourage overeating or skipping workouts, but your goals are yours to protect. Politely decline food or activities that don't align with your plan, and don't feel obligated to explain yourself. Surround yourself with supportive people when possible and stay confident in your decisions. Your commitment to your health is more important than others' opinions. Example, at a dinner party, Alex declined a second slice of cake by saying he was satisfied and didn't feel pressured to justify his choice. 57. Eating out doesn't mean losing control. Dining out can be part of a healthy lifestyle if you approach it mindfully. Look at menus ahead of time and choose meals that align with your goals, such as grilled options or dishes with plenty of vegetables. Don't be afraid to ask for modifications, like dressing on the side or substituting fries for a salad. Enjoy your meal without guilt by practicing portion control or taking leftovers home. Example, before heading to a restaurant, Chloe checked the menu online and chose a grilled salmon dish with steamed veggies, avoiding last-minute unhealthy decisions. 58. Self-control feels better than overeating. Overindulging often leads to regret, while practicing self-control leaves you feeling accomplished. Learn to identify the difference between a craving and true hunger, and pause before eating to assess your needs. Savor small portions of indulgent foods rather than eating them impulsively. The pride in sticking to your goals outweighs the fleeting pleasure of overeating. Example, after feeling tempted by donuts in the office break room, Eric opted for his planned yogurt snack and felt proud of his choice. 59. Scale fluctuations are normal, focus on trends. Your weight naturally fluctuates due to water retention, digestion, and other factors. Don't let daily changes on the scale discourage you, track weekly trends instead. Focus on how you feel, your energy levels, and other non-scale victories like looser clothes. Remember that progress isn't always linear but is still worth celebrating. Example, Emma noticed her weight was up after a salty dinner but reminded herself it was temporary and kept her focus on her overall trend. 60. Stop labeling food as good or bad. Labeling foods creates a restrictive mindset that can lead to guilt or binging. Instead, view food as neutral and focus on how it nourishes or satisfies you. Allow yourself to enjoy all foods in moderation rather than creating forbidden categories. Balance and mindfulness are more sustainable than restriction. Example, after enjoying a slice of cake at a party, Laura reminded herself it wasn't bad but a part of her balanced lifestyle. 61. Ask yourself, am I actually hungry? Before reaching for food, pause and assess whether you're eating out of hunger or habit. True hunger often comes with physical signs like a growling stomach, while emotional or boredom eating feels different. If you're not sure, drink water or wait a few minutes to see if the feeling passes. Checking in with yourself reduces unnecessary snacking. Example, Josh realized he was grabbing chips out of boredom, so he made tea instead and saved the snack for later. 62. Guilt serves no purpose, move forward. Feeling guilty after overeating doesn't undo it and often leads to more unhealthy behavior. Acknowledge the slip-up without judgment, identify what led to it, and refocus on your goals. Mistakes are part of the process and don't define your journey. Each meal is a new opportunity to make better choices. Example, after eating too many cookies during a late-night craving, Nina reminded herself it was one moment and returned to her regular breakfast routine the next day. 63. Small tweaks lead to big results over time. Major overhauls can feel overwhelming, but small, consistent changes build momentum and lead to lasting success. Focus on one or two habits at a time, such as drinking more water or reducing portion sizes. Once those become second nature, layer on additional goals. These gradual improvements create sustainable progress. Example, Brian started with walking 10 minutes daily and eventually built up to full workouts, seeing steady weight loss over months. 64. Treat meal planning like a fun challenge. Approach meal planning with a playful attitude by trying new recipes, themes, or ingredients each week. Themes like Meatless Monday or Taco Tuesday make planning meals exciting and structured. Rotate through your favorite recipes while sprinkling in new ones to keep things fresh. Make it a challenge to cook meals that are both nutritious and enjoyable. Example, Tom started Sheet Pan Sundays, where he made new one-pan meals with seasonal vegetables and proteins. 65. Eating standing up leads to overconsumption, sit down. Eating while standing makes it harder to track portions and enjoy your food. Sitting down encourages mindfulness, allowing you to savor each bite and recognize fullness sooner. Create a dedicated space for meals to avoid unconscious snacking. Making mealtime intentional reduces overeating. Example, Chris realized he ate more chips when standing by the counter, so he started portioning them out and sitting at the table. 66. Nobody gets overweight from one meal, context matters. One indulgent meal doesn't undo weeks of progress, just as one healthy meal doesn't guarantee success. Focus on the big picture and the patterns over time. Let go of the all-or-nothing mindset and aim for balance. Enjoy special occasions without guilt by returning to healthy habits afterward. Example, after a big holiday dinner, Rachel went for a walk the next day and stuck to her regular meal plan. 67. Your body needs time to adjust, stay consistent. Weight loss and fitness changes take time, don't expect overnight results. Stay consistent with your habits, even if progress feels slow. Trust the process and focus on long-term goals rather than quick fixes. Patience is key to sustainable change. Example, after weeks of steady effort, Lisa finally saw her energy improve and her clothes fit better, even before the scale reflected significant change. 68. Stress management is weight management. Chronic stress increases cortisol levels, which can trigger cravings and fat storage, especially around the midsection. Incorporate stress-reducing activities into your routine, such as meditation, yoga, journaling, or breathing exercises. Managing stress supports both your physical and mental well-being, making it easier to stick to your plan. Example, when work stress felt overwhelming, David spent 10 minutes practicing deep breathing, which helped him avoid stress snacking. 69. Emotional eating creates more problems than it solves. Eating to cope with emotions often leads to guilt and more stress. Instead, address your feelings with non-food strategies like journaling, calling a friend, or meditating. Food can't solve emotional struggles, it only offers temporary distraction. Breaking the habit of emotional eating takes practice but is freeing. Example, when Olivia felt overwhelmed, she wrote in her journal instead of grabbing snacks, helping her process her feelings more effectively. 70. Celebrate discipline, not deprivation. Discipline is about making intentional choices that align with your goals, not denying yourself pleasure. Focus on the positive habits you're building rather than what you're cutting out. A balanced approach feels empowering rather than restrictive. Celebrate your ability to stay consistent with your values and priorities. Example, when Jason skipped the office cake and stuck to his planned snack, he celebrated his discipline instead of feeling deprived. 71. Build a go-to recipe collection to save time. Create a list of your favorite, quick, and nutritious meals that you can rely on during busy weeks. Having these go-to recipes reduces stress around meal planning and keeps you on track. Include simple breakfasts, lunches, dinners, and snacks that you genuinely enjoy. Over time, your collection will become a valuable tool for maintaining consistency. Example, Lisa built a recipe collection with favorites like turkey chili, overnight oats, and protein-packed salads for stress-free planning. Motivation is fleeting and unreliable. Consistency comes from discipline and habit building. Take action even when you don't feel like it, and the results will fuel your drive to keep going. Create routines and systems that make it easier to stick to your goals regardless of mood. Over time, the habit becomes automatic, and you'll need less effort to stay consistent. Example, on a cold, rainy day, Dan didn't feel like exercising but reminded himself of his goal and completed a quick 20-minute home workout instead. 73. Eating healthier doesn't have to be expensive. Healthy eating can fit any budget with a little planning and creativity. Focus on affordable staples like beans, rice, frozen vegetables, and seasonal produce. Cooking at home and buying in bulk can save money while providing nutritious options. Avoid costly prepackaged diet foods. Whole, simple ingredients are often better. Example, Sophia replaced pre-made salad kits with fresh spinach, chickpeas, and homemade dressing, cutting her grocery bill in half. 74. Find joy in movement, not just structured workouts. Exercise doesn't have to mean hitting the gym. Find activities you genuinely enjoy, like dancing, hiking, or swimming. Movement that feels fun and rewarding is easier to stick with long-term. Incorporate physical activity into daily life, like walking to the store or playing with your kids. Consistency is more important than intensity for building a lifelong habit. Example, Mia started joining her friends for weekend hikes instead of forcing herself into fitness classes she didn't enjoy. 75. Comfort food rarely provides lasting comfort. While indulgent foods may feel comforting in the moment, they don't solve the emotions that triggered the craving. Focus on identifying the root cause of your feelings and addressing them directly. Seek non-food comfort strategies like talking to a friend, listening to music, or practicing mindfulness. Over time, you'll find healthier ways to nurture yourself. Example, after a tough day at work, Sam turned to his journal instead of the ice cream tub, realizing he felt better without overeating. 76. Balance indulgences with nutrient-dense foods. You don't have to cut out indulgences entirely, just pair them with nutrient-dense choices. If you enjoy dessert, make the rest of your meal rich in vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Balancing indulgences ensures you stay on track while enjoying the foods you love. It's about creating harmony in your diet rather than extremes. Example, Lily enjoyed a small brownie after dinner but paired it with a balanced meal of grilled salmon and roasted vegetables. 77. Your environment shapes your choices, set it up wisely. The environment you live in heavily influences your eating habits, so set yourself up for success. Organize your pantry and fridge to prioritize healthy options and make nutritious choices convenient. Keep tempting foods out of sight or out of the house altogether. Small changes in your environment can lead to big results over time. Example, Paul started keeping a fruit bowl on his counter and moved the cookie jar to a high shelf, making healthier choices his default. 78. Progress isn't linear, expect ups and downs. Weight loss is rarely a straight path, fluctuations and plateaus are normal. Stay focused on long-term habits rather than short-term outcomes. Trust the process and avoid letting setbacks derail your efforts. Progress often happens in waves, with small changes adding up over time. Example, after a month without weight loss, Rachel focused on her improved energy levels and measurements instead of the scale. 79. Weight loss starts with awareness, not rules. The first step to change is understanding your current habits and behaviors. Keep a food journal or track your meals to identify areas for improvement. Awareness helps you make conscious decisions rather than operating on autopilot. This foundation is more effective than rigid dieting rules. Example, when Jake started logging his meals, he realized he was drinking several high-calorie sodas a day and switched to sparkling water. 80. Ask yourself if eating aligns with your goals. Before making food choices, pause and reflect on whether they support your health and weight loss goals. This moment of mindfulness can help you make intentional decisions. Balance enjoyment with your priorities and practice conscious indulgence. Over time, this habit becomes second nature. Example, at a buffet, Emma filled her plate with veggies and lean protein first, then decided on a small dessert that fit her plan. 81. Hunger is not your enemy, it's a signal. Hunger is your body's way of telling you it needs fuel, listen to it rather than fearing it. Learn to distinguish between true hunger and emotional or boredom-driven eating. Respond to hunger with balanced meals that satisfy and nourish. Embracing hunger as a natural cue helps you trust your body. Example, Lucas stopped eating out of boredom and began responding to hunger with small, balanced meals that left him feeling energized. 82. Walk after meals, it aids digestion and reduces cravings. A short walk after eating helps improve digestion, regulate blood sugar, and prevent post-meal cravings. This habit also adds extra movement to your day without requiring intense effort. Walking can clear your mind and support weight loss goals over time. Make it a routine after dinner to wind down. Example, after dinner, Kara started walking for 10 minutes around her block, noticing she felt lighter and avoided late-night snacking. 83. You don't deserve junk food, you deserve health. Food is not a reward or punishment, it's fuel for your body. Avoid justifying indulgences with phrases like "I earned this" or "I deserve it." Reframe your mindset to view health as a gift you give yourself. Treat your body kindly by making choices that align with your goals. Example, instead of celebrating a stressful day with a pint of ice cream, Erin treated herself to a relaxing bubble bath and tea. 84. Gratitude helps you enjoy what you already have. Practicing gratitude for your current progress and abilities helps shift your focus from what's missing to what's working. Acknowledge the small wins and appreciate the process. Gratitude fosters a positive mindset, making it easier to stay consistent. Journaling daily gratitudes can improve your relationship with yourself and your journey. Example, Sarah wrote down 3 things she was grateful for each day, including feeling stronger and healthier, which kept her motivated. 85. Find joy in using fresh, colorful ingredients. Focus on the beauty and vibrancy of fresh ingredients like colorful vegetables, fruits, and herbs. Cooking with whole, nutrient-dense foods not only benefits your health but also makes meals visually appealing and more satisfying. Think of grocery shopping or visiting a farmer's market as a fun, mindful activity to inspire creativity in the kitchen. Example, Olivia loved making bright salads with spinach, cherry tomatoes, carrots, and avocado, enjoying how beautiful and refreshing her meals looked. 86. Practice delayed gratification, it's a muscle. Resisting an immediate temptation builds self-control and strengthens your ability to stay on track. Instead of acting on cravings right away, tell yourself to wait 10 minutes and reassess. Often, The urge passes, leaving you feeling empowered. Over time, practicing this habit makes it easier to stick to your goals. Example, when Jason craved chips after dinner, he waited 15 minutes and drank water, realizing he wasn't actually hungry. 87. Acknowledge how overeating makes you feel afterward. Instead of focusing solely on the pleasure of overeating, reflect on how it leaves you feeling afterward: sluggish, bloated, or regretful. Recognizing these consequences helps you make better choices in the future. Use these reflections to guide your behavior rather than beat yourself up. Learning from the experience is key to lasting change. Example, after feeling overly full and tired from a fast food binge, Mia reminded herself of how much better she felt after eating balanced meals. 88. Slow progress beats no progress every time. Even if progress feels slow, it's still moving you closer to your goals. Focus on the steps you're taking rather than how far you have to go. Small changes compound over time, leading to significant results. Celebrate every bit of progress, no matter how small, as a victory. Example, Mark lost only 1 pound in a month but celebrated sticking to his workout routine and feeling stronger overall. 89. Treat healthy eating like self-care, not punishment. Food isn't the enemy, it's a way to nourish and care for your body. Choose meals that make you feel energized, satisfied, and well-fueled for your day. Shift your mindset from dieting to nurturing yourself with nutritious choices. When you see eating as self-care, it becomes a positive experience rather than a chore. Example, after years of restrictive eating, Olivia started focusing on creating colorful, nutrient-packed meals that made her feel good both physically and mentally. 90. Know your triggers, and plan around them. Identify the situations or emotions that lead you to overeat, such as stress, boredom, or social settings. Once you know your triggers, create strategies to navigate them, like carrying healthy snacks or practicing stress relief techniques. Planning ahead minimizes the power of these triggers over your behavior. Awareness and preparation are your strongest tools. Example, Ethan knew he overate at late-night parties, so he started eating a balanced dinner beforehand and sipping water between drinks. 91. Eating because it's there isn't a reason. Just because food is available doesn't mean you need to eat it. Pause and ask yourself if you're truly hungry or eating out of convenience. Learning to say no to unnecessary snacks builds discipline and keeps you aligned with your goals. Remember, you're not obligated to eat something simply because it's offered. Example, at a work meeting with free donuts, Claire passed on them, reminding herself she wasn't hungry and had a satisfying breakfast earlier. 92. Food tastes better when you're truly hungry. Eating when you're not hungry diminishes the pleasure and satisfaction of food. Allowing yourself to feel genuine hunger before meals enhances the experience of eating. This practice also helps you appreciate your meals more and avoid overeating. Trust your body's signals to guide when and how much to eat. Example, after skipping unnecessary afternoon snacks, Rachel found her dinner tasted much better and left her feeling truly satisfied. 93. Plan indulgences, don't let them just happen. Mindfully choosing when and how to indulge makes the experience more enjoyable and helps you stay on track. Set aside specific times or occasions for treats rather than eating impulsively. This approach ensures you savor indulgences without guilt or excess. Planned indulgences are a form of balance, not failure. Example, David planned a Friday night dessert with friends and enjoyed every bite without feeling like he was cheating. 94. Take responsibility, don't blame your circumstances. Your progress depends on the choices you make, not external factors like busy schedules or tempting situations. While challenges arise, you always have the power to respond in ways that align with your goals. Own your decisions and focus on what you can control. This mindset shift helps you feel empowered rather than victimized. Example, after a stressful workday, Sarah acknowledged her urge to skip her workout but chose to do a shorter routine instead, staying accountable to herself. 95. Start with one habit change at a time. Trying to overhaul your lifestyle all at once can feel overwhelming and lead to burnout. Focus on one manageable change, such as drinking more water or walking daily, before adding another. Building habits gradually creates a strong foundation for lasting success. Small steps lead to sustainable progress. Example, Chris started with a goal of drinking 8 glasses of water daily and added a 10-minute evening walk once it became a routine. 96. Stop chasing perfection, it's a trap. Striving for perfection often leads to frustration and discouragement when things don't go as planned. Embrace progress over perfection and allow room for mistakes and flexibility. Consistency matters more than flawless execution. Learn from slip-ups and move forward without dwelling on them. Example, after missing a workout, Lily reminded herself it was one day and resumed her regular schedule the next morning. 97. Celebrate progress, even if it's invisible to others. Not all victories are visible, but they're still worth celebrating. Recognize improvements in how you feel, your energy levels, or the healthy habits you've developed. These milestones are personal and just as important as physical changes. Take pride in your growth and dedication. Example, Emma felt proud when she started enjoying her morning runs, even though the scale hadn't changed yet, because she knew she was building a healthier habit. 98. Treat every meal as a fresh start. A single indulgent meal or snack doesn't define your day or week. Avoid the all-or-nothing mindset and reset with your next choice. Every meal is an opportunity to realign with your goals and nourish your body. This approach reduces guilt and helps you stay consistent. Example, after overindulging at a brunch buffet, Alex chose a light, vegetable-packed dinner and felt back on track. 99. Consistent calorie deficit is key, it's science. Weight loss boils down to consistently burning more calories than you consume. Focus on creating a manageable deficit through a combination of mindful eating and regular activity. Avoid extreme restrictions, which are unsustainable and harm your progress. Instead, prioritize balance and consistency over time. Example, Paul tracked his food and exercise for a month, creating a small, consistent calorie deficit that led to steady weight loss. 100. Remember that you are human. Perfection isn't the goal, and slip-ups are part of the journey. Allow yourself grace when you overindulge and focus on getting back on track. Progress comes from consistency, not rigidity. Remind yourself that your worth isn't tied to any single choice or day. Example, after enjoying a big family dinner, Mia went for a walk the next morning and stuck to her regular meal plan without guilt. And there you have it, 100 mindset shifts for actual weight loss. If you're still here, that tells me one thing: you're serious about creating real, lasting change in your life. And that's something worth celebrating. Because let's face it, most people stop at the surface. They focus on quick fixes, trendy diets, and generic advice like, just eat healthy and you'll be fine. But you're here because you understand that true transformation goes deeper. You know that the key isn't just in what you do, but in how you think, how you manage yourself, and how you stay consistent through the ups and downs. That's why this video is so different. It's not about throwing a checklist at you and hoping it sticks. It's about addressing the real, practical steps that most resources skip over. Things like learning to navigate emotional triggers, making intentional decisions that align with your goals, and understanding that eating healthy means something different for everyone. These aren't just mindset shifts, they're life skills. And when you commit to developing them, the results ripple through every area of your life, not just your weight loss journey. I know it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of information out there. One article tells you to cut carbs, another tells you to avoid fat, and before you know it, you're stuck in a cycle of confusion and frustration. But here's the truth, none of that matters if you don't first address what's going on in your mind. Your mindset is the foundation for everything else. Without it, even the best diet or exercise plan will feel impossible to stick to. But with it, you can overcome setbacks, stay motivated, and create progress that lasts. If this resonated with you, and you're ready to take your journey to the next level, I want to personally invite you to explore the tools and resources at loveluxamore.com. Think of it as your one-stop shop for transformation. Whether you need help clarifying your vision with a vision board analysis, reprogramming your self-talk with custom affirmations, or staying on track with goal-setting strategies, these resources are designed to support every step of your journey. And these aren't just tools, they're invitations to step into your potential. They're here to help you take control of your story, align your inner world with your outer goals, and finally see the results you've been working toward. Because you deserve more than vague advice and empty promises. You deserve a roadmap, a guide, and the confidence to know that you're on the right path. Before we wrap up, let me remind you of one thing: progress isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, trying again, and learning from every step along the way. You're going to have days where you feel unstoppable and days where you feel stuck. That's normal. What matters is that you keep moving forward even if the steps feel small. Because every small step adds up to big results over time. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your biggest takeaway below, or let me know which mindset shift resonated with you most. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, share it with them. Together, we can create a community that supports and uplifts one another on the path to growth and transformation. The truth is, weight loss isn't just about changing your body, it's about changing your life. And when you start with your mindset, the possibilities are endless. So, take what you've learned here today, put it into action, and remember, you've got this. I'm so excited to see all the amazing progress you'll make. Until next time, stay inspired, stay committed, and keep believing in yourself. Your journey is just beginning.